When our guest first registered on site here at the beautiful Loews Portofino Bay Hotel for AMC Institute's annual meeting, they were, of course, provided with their name badge. What was different this year is that they were also given a little colored dot that signified that they had been temperature checked for that day. So immediately upon arrival at the registration desk, a member of our staff performed the temperature check, and once that attendee was cleared good to go, the dot was placed on their badge for that day. And every day we changed colors to determine that our attendee had been checked. Prior to guest arrival, they were asked to download an app to self-screen for COVID. And it was a very simple 3-question questionnaire that they would take online each morning before they attended our sessions. And once they answered those 3 questions, they received a pass on their cell phone, which they would show to our registration team each morning. Across the hotel, and of course in our meeting areas, there were sanitation stations throughout the hotel, so guests could feel safe that they had everything that they needed close by, from hand sanitizer to masks to disinfectant wipes. Who doesn't like swag? We kicked our swag up a notch at this year's AMC Institute annual meeting. When guests checked in at our registration desk, they were provided with this bag, and inside is our beautiful program, as well as their very own personal sanitization kit.
Well, Lisha, as you mentioned, we've had extensive safety protocols in place since the beginning of the pandemic. Some of those protocols have changed with CDC guidelines and in line with what folks are doing in the industry. But we've been happy to support AMCI's decision to do temperature checks in their meeting space and identifying folks who have passed the little safety quiz. We're also, from a food and beverage standpoint, providing breaks with packaged items or attended buffets. So everyone feels safe, there's less risk of contamination, and again, as you said, you're allowed to be mask-free if you're having food and beverage.
This last few days has literally been a brain trust of industry professionals, 170 of us who are coming together to learn how to put on the best conferences and events and meetings for all of our association clients.
Coming into this meeting this week, I was a little bit apprehensive about the return to meetings, the safety protocols and things that would be in place, and wondering what the comfort level would be among attendees. Many of my clients are getting ready to embark on meetings later this summer and into the fall, so it was very much an experiment. And after being here for 3 days, I feel a lot more comfortable and confident.
The biggest takeaway for me coming back live is to understand that everyone's on a different level in terms of their readiness to come back, and also, as always, the affirmations that we are not alone.
Seeing all my old friends for the last 15 years, by far. The friendship and relationships of the organization is truly valuable, and that's all I have to say about that. How about you, Shannon? Go ahead.
No, AMCI always brings the best people together where we get to sit down and continue to learn and grow and network. So it's been a great experience.
One of the biggest takeaways for me is the optimism. Everyone is very optimistic about the future, and the industry partners and the association management companies are in this together and looking for joint win-win solutions.
My biggest takeaway from being here at this amazing event is understanding, number one, that in person allows us to learn from each other. Number two, when we are together, we hear different thought leaders give a different perspective that stretches our thinking. And then number three, we can so do this because we infuse each other with hope, and we walk away with tips, tools, and techniques. So as we think about what we do at AMCI, it allows us to grow better together.
The biggest takeaway from this meeting is really the value of how you interact with your peers and the other management companies, because you learn so much just from hearing the experiences they have. And one of the most valuable comments we heard was about how to create diversity, equity, and inclusion in your workplace. And I have some real takeaways to take back to share with our HR personnel.
I would say my biggest takeaway is just being able to network with everybody in our industry in this niche market that we're in, being able to share our strengths, our challenges, what we're looking forward to, what we need to be having, what we need to have on our radar.
My biggest takeaway has been seeing live events get active again, I guess, and seeing what we need to do when we start having our own client events again. Seeing AMCI do it has been very helpful.
Well, my biggest takeaway is just the comradeship of the association, that coming in as a first-time attendee and actually just a few weeks into my new job in this industry. It's really given me a great basis for where I'm going with this in the next year or two.
My biggest takeaway from this meeting is that this is a group of amazingly resilient professionals who manage amazing organizations, and they are ready for recovery. They have led their client associations through some very turbulent times, and we are poised for success.
My biggest takeaway from the conference was how we are planning to continue to operate after the pandemic. Lots of great information we had.
It's been an interesting experience, you know, as quickly as things are changing with the protocols and all of that, especially here in Orlando. I felt very safe in the environment. I feel good about interacting with people again, and just looking forward to more of these types of events.
The fact that I'm actually talking to you not pixelated is the best part ever. I feel that we really do need human connections to make deals, to make these successful partnerships work. So to be back, it makes me really appreciate, after being absent from it for the last 15 months, to be back feels so good, to connect with people. It's been such a long time.
This is probably my 6th in-person meeting, so it's been exciting. It's great to see faces and have conversations and not through a screen. And everybody has been practicing the safety protocols to a T, so I have felt safe, and I'm just excited to keep moving forward.
Your conference, congratulations. I think it was a huge success. It's a great group of people. They're right in line with our client base, so we're real excited about this relationship.
So it has been amazing, and I know that it'll really go to great lengths for the associations that we manage.
The biggest takeaway for me is the true affirmation of how important face-to-face meetings really are. It's great to be together again.